Hey everyone, it's me, Michael J. DeLuca, publisher of Reckoning, the nonprofit journal of creative writing on environmental justice. After 7 years, a Penn Robert J. Dow Prize, 6 nominations for the 2021 Utopia Awards, and 7 issues, we're having our first ever fundraiser. To make a long story short, we want to pay everyone better. I haven't got any of the cool prizes or swag we've got lined up for you to show you right now because, as you can see, I'm standing in this river. But if you'd like to learn more, you can go to reckoning.press/support us. That's the important part. You're welcome to click away now if you'd like, but please stick around with us for a few minutes and learn about this river.
This river is a Superfund site. Formerly known as the Nottawassipee, which means like a rattlesnake in the language of the Ojibwe, through whose unceded territory it flows. These days it's called the Clinton, after the white man responsible for introducing invasive sea lampreys and quagga mussels to the Great Lakes watershed through the medium of the Erie Canal. Looks nice, right? Peaceful. You can't smell it. Reeks of fertilizer from wasteful agricultural practices upstream. Nobody swims in it. But they used to. Friend Al, who's behind the camera, and I did a cleanup along this river, pulling out tires and single-use plastics along a 10-mile stretch, organized by the local kayak rental business. Our guide and host told us he used to swim here all the time as a kid in the 70s, back before the Superfund was a thing. Should you have been unaware, the Superfund is a big old pile of money that was designated by the U.S. Congress in 1980 to be used only for cleaning up human-caused environmental disasters, to be administered by the EPA just 10 years after the EPA itself was created. There are 40,000 of these sites across the U.S. Only a tiny fraction, less than 1 in 40, the sites prioritized as most dangerous to human habitation, have gotten any cleanup at all. This river runs through a bunch of old landfills. A few miles downstream, there are places where bank erosion exposes leaded glass bottles embedded in the topsoil where they were dumped, along with everything else, back before there was an EPA, when there were no regulations about the disposal of our waste. Toxic substances like lead and microplastics were allowed to leach into the groundwater, into the river, the lakes, eventually the ocean. People swam in it. They still fish here. Catch and release. Birds eat the fish. There's a nominally protected heron rookery marsh right over there, across from the EPA-mandated water treatment facility. So now we hear the Supreme Court of the U.S., after a chain of entirely avoidable events so stupid it would be laughable if it wasn't going to kill us, is about to gut the EPA's ability to regulate greenhouse gas emissions. Reckoning has been around for 7 years, but I still occasionally get asked what environmental justice is and how to tell a story about it. This is how. This is environmental injustice. Who lives along this river? Black people and poor white working-class folks employed at the auto factories downstream. Why? Because it's cheap. Because of the pollution. Because rich capitalists think they can exploit it and us, shit where their employees eat, and sell us the results. Who's going to stop it? We are. Not now. Maybe not in time. But we'll do it anyway. And again, and again. How? Tell the stories. Talk about it. Stand up. Spend money about it. Wear t-shirts about it. Yell at your reps. Do the work, think it through. Stop mindlessly buying single-use plastics and sitting in your air-conditioned car with the engine running and the music loud enough to make you forget. This, the water, the soil, is where we came from. It's where we go when we die. Come down here and look at it, despite the pollution. Take the risks others have had no choice but to take. Look closer. Learn, remember, teach others. Support the people you see doing the work to make it better. Support Reckoning. Thank you.